just all the same question. You know what I mean? Like,
I just asked Joel why he's okay. At least mute your microphone. Why he's eating now at the start of every last episode? If you guys paid attention, Joel was eating fucking string cheese, and he ate, I don't know how much string cheese he ate, but he ate string cheese for like
it was like two thick pieces with a bunch of salami. You know what I mean?
Okay, so he had salami too, which is news to me because I didn't notice that. But like the first 10 minutes of the show, he was just fucking chowing down. And now he's eating mac and cheese. Like he's known that we were gonna start this show with for the last hour, he's known. So he could have eaten this like an hour ago and gotten it out of the way, but no. No, he insists on doing it right now. And then he see listeners, you can hear him unmute his mic and you hear right before he says something.
Listen, bitch. I had to install the new internet before we did the show. I didn't have time to eat because I was doing that, man.
Oh my god,
Calvin, I don't have this casual, lush, pampered work from home life like you do. Okay,
wow,
I'm still an adult. I'm still active. You know,
you're still an adult.
Barely. Fucking who knows?
Shit.
Not according to the IRS, but
wow. Okay.
Well, anyways, as two adults, welcome to this adult episode of Pex Pals Podcast.
Oh, adult episode. I mean, there's sex involved.
The only mediocre late night podcast by two mediocre late night gamers for the mediocre video game known as Apex. Fucking legends.
Wow, dude. I am upset. I am embarrassed. And then he goes right back to eating mac and cheese. Welcome everybody to this latest episode of Pex Pals, the only Apex Legends podcast for the mediocre gamer. I am your host, Calvanio Manio, right here to
and I am your co-host,
Mr.
Mac and Cheese himself, Mr. Worldwide, the king of snack time, Calvin's arch nemesis, and also the unilateral love of his life, all at the same time. Joel fucking Cupcake, baby. What's up, everybody? Well,
check us out.
Welcome on back to another episode.
Shut up. Check us out on our website, pexpals.com, where you can see the latest video that we also put on YouTube. You can also check out links to a bunch of other shit for our shit. Check us out on all the social media platforms at Pexpals Podcast, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or you can email us, pexpalspodcast@gmail.com for any inquiries. If you are a business and you're like, man, I really want to work with these guys, but they won't stop cussing, fuck you. We're not going to stop cussing. Anyways, this episode's going to be a short one because not a lot happened this week.
I've been cussing in front of my fucking mom, so fuck you. That's all I got to say about that.
I mean, sorry, Mama Cupcake. We're all sorry, Mama Cupcake.
You know what? She would actually probably love if you called her that.
Mama Cupcake?
No shit, yes. I'm going to be like, hey, Mom, the guy who did the podcast with referred to you as Mama Cupcake. I'll see what she says. I'll see her on Thanksgiving. So
hopefully we're going to try to keep this episode nice and shorter than usual. Not a lot of stuff has happened this week. Still very, very many complaints online about the current state of the game. Don't want to get too into it. Joe Cupcake, first and foremost, before we talk about anything, what is your weapon of the week?
Oh man, this week was a tough one, man. I just kind of had that week where it was like nothing. You know, when you have those weeks where you just feel like nothing quite hits right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
man. That was me, man. That was fucking me. You know, I don't even think, on that note, I don't even think I posted a weapons of the week last week. My bad, Calvin. Anyways.
Oh, wow. Man, Joel always hounds me. He's like, make these fucking graphics for the weapon of the week. And I go, Joel, first off, don't talk like that. He goes, no, you gotta make the weapons of the week. I'm like, Joel, stop it. And then I make it for him, and then he doesn't even post it, dude.
Wow, dude. I mean, you're not wrong, dude.
Wow, dude. Anyways, so Joel, stop texting.
I'm looking up what weapons of the week last week were.
Oh my god! Just pick a weapon, Joel. There's 20 of them.
Anyways, actually, no. Now I remember. So again, another one of my little specifics that you hate, Calvin. Fucking wingman with the digi-threat is my weapon of the week.
Okay, what do you mean specific? What are you talking about? That's a good weapon.
No, but specifically, with the digi threat. Like if I don't have the digi threat, it's chalked. It can get fucked. It can go in the damn fonts pile. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
I got it. I get it.
You get it?
I get it. Talk
What
about
about?
it. Tell me
I mean,
more, Joel.
it's just, dude, it's been fucking hitting. Like I had a night where like I hopped around a bunch of different legends. I was like, God damn, like nothing is fucking working. Like,
Yeah.
what is going on here? You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
then I switched to Gibby, pull out the wingman, find a digi threat right away. I mean, best damage game I think I've had all season was with that. Kind of kept it going that night. Now, anytime I see the digi threat in the crafter, first thing I do is grab wingman.
Mm.
It's just I'm not as good as long range. We've talked about this before on the show. My long
Yeah.
range game just it sucks, man. That's unless I play Vantage pretty much.
Get it.
So but medium, hey, I'll fucking take it, bro.
Okay.
I will
Okay.
fucking take it, dude.
The Wingo
Like, yeah, the Wingo
solid.
Dingo with the Digi Thready.
Yeah.
I don't know, however you want to acronym that. What about you, Cal?
You know, I'm gonna join you in this family of weapons, and I'm going to pick for my weapon of the week as the 3030 repeater, another skull piercer friendly gun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it could be said, and I think most people will agree that the G7 is the best marksman gun, just because of the DPS is in much higher than the other ones for surezies. And even when you get the skull piercer, you still got to charge it up to get the maximum damage on the 3030 repeater.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, but the 3030 still fucking hits, man. And for some people,
It does. You're right.
having that little pause to like charge up shots, or just that little pause because it doesn't shoot as fast, just in general, as the G7 Scout, can help you correct your aim on the fly.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those guns that just does really good. The bullet drop is hard to get used to. The rate of fire is hard to get used to. And then just everything. And then it doesn't really take away not having the skull piercer attachment to the gun, but it's a nice thing to have when it's there. Um, it's a solid gun. I think more people are livening up to the idea of using the 3030. I know a lot of my friends like to use it. So
Yeah, I mean honestly, my two highest damage games in recent memory were, as I've said on the show a few times, for some reason, my two highest damage games in recent memory were with I was running 3030 Peacekeeper was my loadout.
yeah.
One game was with Crypto, and
Yep.
the other game was with, I think it was Ash. It was like one of those legends where like, wow, I got a badge I didn't think I had. Maybe it was Maggie. I don't I don't even remember
That's funny.
100%. But
Uh,
yeah, man, like, and I stand that gun, man. Once you get in the groove of it, like if I can get a bruiser or the 3 times, I think that's the gun that excels with the 3 times personally.
It does great with the 3 times. I agree.
Yeah.
I really agree.
I think the main difference between the two is like, the skull piercer increases the bullet drop a little more than I would like, but like that G7 with the hip fire, it's dumb. And they actually made the double tap have less recoil. So you can't pull the trigger as fast anymore,
right,
with the double tap on, but the recoil, like the inaccuracy with it turned on, is significantly less. So like if you're close-ish range, I mean, the G7 is definitely beating the 3030 now.
Oh, for sure. Let us know your weapons of the week on whatever fucking social media platform you want to.
Yeah, just give us the old comment.
Just do it there. Just speaking of Ash, you mentioned Ash. I had a game with Ash where I think I was using the Rampage. Yeah, I got
that new one.
No, the old one.
Oh
yeah, when I got the 3K badge with Ash, I was a monster, and I wasn't missing shots like at all. Like not even charged up Rampage, just chuk, 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 just shooting, dude. And it was nuts. We won, and I got like a 3200 damage game with her. It was nuts, dude. But that's like that. That's like the whole point of the weapon of the week segment, right? The whole point of the weapon of the week segment is just like you don't know what you're gonna do good with unless you pick it up, right? Because everybody fucking
You really
knows.
don't. Yeah.
Everybody knows they're gonna do good with the 301. Everybody knows they're gonna do good with the 99. You know what I mean? Everyone knows that
Yeah.
you can do good with the wingman. But there's a bunch of other guns out. Like there's literally more guns not meta than there are guns meta. And
That's a very good point.
and you're never gonna know. You could just pop off. So
Yeah.
that's my 2 cents.
Yeah. No, I mean, I love it. I love it. I mean, 30-30. I don't know. I'm actually surprised. Like, I know the G7's back, but it should be being used more right now. Like you said,
Yeah.
with the range on this map, it's wicked, man. Also, those of you that still haven't messed around with Vantage or the combo yet, I mean, pick a long range gun that you're not good with and use it with Vantage, man. Her
Mhm.
passive showing you the bullet drop,
Yeah.
like you will be a menace with the 30-30.
It's huge.
Using Vantage for like not even a week, like a couple days with the Sentinel, I understand that gun now. I hit my shots better, and I'm way less intimidated about picking it up.
Yeah.
So,
That's a good tip.
but yeah, Calvin, you did say we didn't have too much going on in game. All we did have November 14th, a couple days ago, we did have a nice
Yesterday.
catchy patch. Oh, that was
Yesterday. Couple
Yeah,
days
I'm,
ago.
I'm all fucking backwards.
Holy
dude.
shit, dude. Where are you
Yeah,
been?
yesterday we had a little quick patch. Just real quick, I'll read off. Mark all replicator zones prompt is available in the dropship.
I'm so glad that's back.
So am I.
I'm so glad because now that they're adding more stuff to the replicators, right? The backpack's been out of rotation for a very long time. I'm very upset about that. But all the other stuff that you could get from a replicator, it's especially with how fucking big this fucking map is.
I agree.
And we don't really know it that well just yet, So thank you.
Yeah. No, I was crazy. I was just thinking like I mapped something wrong or the game's been lagging. I didn't realize it was like fucking busted.
No, I thought they took it out of the game.
Yeah.
I thought they got rid of it. I thought they're like, fuck this, no one's using it.
Yeah, but I'm glad that's back. I'm always the annoying one that pings it right away because between how I like to play the game, with like I'm a little safer, I'm a little less aggressive than you and Cody and some of our other friends. Like if I can land on a place that has a beacon and a replicator, it doesn't matter if it's pubs or ranked. I'm fucking landing there.
Right.
Because you'd be a dumbass not to, even if you're contested.
Oh yeah.
So I'm glad that's back.
Huge early game.
This has been a big thing for ranked. It's been an issue. If you've been watching any of the pros play, and then also in ALGS, all the placement matches they've been playing, Calvin, they've actually been having to use last season's version of the game.
Oh, really?
So one of the reasons, so the Mastiff's still in the care pack, a lot of that type of stuff.
Interesting.
One of the main reasons is SEER was not able to use survey beacons from the launch of this season until yesterday.
Right. Yeah. What a trip.
And I mean, honestly, who cares? Fuck SEER. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
no. Yeah. Because I remember playing a game, and then it was like, wait a second, like, why can't I use this beacon? And my friend was like, "Oh, SEER's bugged." I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like,
yeah, SEER's busted.
I'm not a SEER main by any way, shape, or form. I forget. I think we're playing pubs. But I was just like, I like to pick different characters all the time. And I saw that it was busted. And for those of you who weren't aware, those of you who don't play SEER at all, what was happening is you'd go up to a survey beacon and you press your button to scan it like as per usual, but it would just blink on the screen. You wouldn't be able to do it. So
that's right.
All the other characters could do
it. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, the other characters could still do it. Like Pathfinder, whomever, whatever. Fuck them. The other characters, they could all do it. But SEER, for some reason, specifically SEER, could not do it. So, but they fixed it now. So,
good.
Welcome,
I'm glad they fixed
back.
it, Cal.
Welcome back.
I'm glad they fixed it.
Welcome back, tryhards.
Yeah. What else did they fix? Let me pull up my notes here. Sorry, everybody, for looking off screen for a second. Catalyst ability audio has been tweaked to be less noisy for those nearby.
Yeah,
it wasn't as bad as Rampart, but it was pretty loud.
Oh man, that shit was loud.
I mean, that game I fucked you up with the wall. I just remember Dan Fuck being like, "Man, that wall is so loud."
It's so loud, dude.
They finally fixed the SEER's passive heartbeat sensor no longer goes through Catalyst's ult. This is a big thing. Dude. It's a big reason she was put in the game. There's still a lot of controversy on the internet. Cal, I mean, I don't know how you feel about it. The impression I got from the trailer was that her wall is supposed to also help counter Seer's ult.
Mm-hmm.
I guess technically they never said that anywhere, so it's like a giant debate with the community right now.
Sure.
Like it should, but it doesn't, type of
Right.
thing.
Well, okay.
Which
So I think it's fine. I think
yeah,
I think it's fine that that the ultimate goes around it because technically crypto's ultimate goes or tactical goes around it, right? Because the drone can just
mhm.
fly around
I think you
and
can actually shoot it through the wall. You know what I mean?
shoot crypto's
I
drone.
Yeah, I haven't tried that. Like, does the drone get stuck if you shoot it into her ult? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I've never done it. But back to Seer, I think ult for an ult, right? I think ult
Yeah,
for an ult
yeah,
works. And I mean, yeah, you could see them behind the wall, but you can't really see if they're like next to a cliff edge or a
yeah,
wall. You know what I mean? So like you
yeah.
could
Or
just
like if they're behind cover, yeah,
right,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So you can shoot through Catalyst's ult, but you
Mhm.
could be shooting a wall. You know what I
Well,
mean?
this is to me, this debate is just like, do you remember, Calvin? We actually, I think it was one of the few ones where we actually like watched the video together, either during or then immediately did the episode when
Hmm.
they announced Seer. There was a clip in that video of that gameplay footage where when he pops the nano, when he pops the scan, the
Yeah.
Valk gets like, looks like she gets hit by an arc star and falls. So we thought that the ult was kind of similar to like it fucked with your movement. Like that
Mm.
was a big prediction on the internet. I think one of us even made that prediction, if
You
I
said
remember
it.
correctly.
I don't make
Yeah.
any fucking stupid ass wrong predictions. You do.
It just looked like it based off the video. So I do remember saying that. So I guess it was me. Fuck you, Calvin. But yeah, so I mean that's been the big debate. But you're right. You know, ult for an ult.
Ult for
You
an
know what
ult.
I mean?
Yeah.
I'm with it. I'm with
Yeah.
it. You know, it
Because I
blocks
mean,
Bloodhound. It does what it does in the heat. It's not supposed to counter an ult. It's supposed to like it's heat of the battle. It's supposed to
yeah.
cause confusion, allow you to
Yes.
time. Like
Yes.
she's a defensive character. She's not an offensive character. We're going
Right.
back to this again. People
Right.
seem to forget. Like Caustic was nerfed in the ground because he's too oppressive. But
Mm-hmm.
like, was he? Everyone just bitches about his gas. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because of the movement aspect. Now all her stuff does the same thing. So I wouldn't be surprised. I'm actually surprised more people aren't bitching about her, but she has a very low pick rate. Maybe that's
Right.
why.
Yeah. And like I'm gonna say it again. Ult for an ult. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Watson completely eats Bangalore's and Gibby's ult.
and caustics.
You know what I mean? Like, so like if they want to talk like complain about, one ult just completely you know, outdoing another ult, Watson takes out two characters, you know?
3.
Complete well, I mean, yeah. I mean, could you throw it in and it zaps it? Is that what it is?
Yeah, yeah, like because the grenade's different than the
Yeah,
mines.
in the canister. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go, you know?
Hmm.
So like, yeah, if you want to complain, there's another
Yep.
defensive character that eats so many other people's offensive characters
Oh yeah.
ultimate. So, yeah, I mean, it blocking the tactical makes sense
Oh
because
yeah.
it blocks Bloodhound's tactical, it should block Seer's tactical. And if Crypto's drone is on your side of the wall and not their side of the wall, then you can't see them. So
Hmm.
it blocks
Fuck it.
Crypto's drone too. So
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, I think it's one of those like people just like with Seer's initial abilities, everyone's just over assuming. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yep.
Let's see. What else did we get? There are some on-screen effects now displaying correctly on Switch. I guess seems like Switch is always having a myriad of problems with
I
this
mean,
game, Calvin.
when you take a game like, a modern graphically intense game like Apex Legends, and then you dumb it down to go on a platform that's just not as technologically up to date as the other two consoles,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
you're gonna see some things.
Yeah, I did try. I did install it on Switch. I think I'm going to keep playing a little more and maybe get my Smurf on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is pretty bad. Like some of the cliff faces, it's just straight up looks like I'm playing like fucking Majora's Mask level of like shading, dude. It's pretty bad,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
fuck it, dude. Whatever.
yeah,
Like we grew up with shit graphics on video games,
yeah. So
so
it's really. I mean, dude, Halo 1. Hello.
oh my god, dude. You know what's funny is I have a Switch as well, and they have emulators on the
Mhm.
Switch now. You can play Nintendo games, Super Nintendo, and Nintendo 64 games.
Mhm.
And so I've been going back and playing a couple of them, and it's just
Oh, nice.
like wow, these graphics actually aren't that bad, but they're not as good as I remember.
Dude, it's actually funny. So we moved, obviously, and I found, dude, I had 6 old Xbox controllers
Holy shit.
laying around. Well, I mean, I play a lot, and I'm not a gentleman. So like, even controllers that are malfunctioning, they'll give you credit for. I turned
Oh,
in 6 controllers and I got over $100 in credit at GameStop today.
wow.
So I bought,
You actually went to a GameStop?
yeah. Well, dude, okay, the dump here is like so, like, you know where it is. And
Yeah,
there's always a line. It's so hard to get to. It's out of the way. That's the only place besides Best Buy you can safely dispose electronics,
that's
like
true.
the environmental way, which I
Yeah,
like to try to be. So
sure.
I was like, you know what? We found Trina's old PS3 and a bunch of controllers, and I was like, let's just see what happens. And they were like, yeah, we'll give you some credit, dude. Over $100. I picked up Breath of the Wild because I'm the only person on the face of the planet that still hasn't played that game.
You still haven't played Breath of the Wild?
No.
Where the fuck have you been?
Exactly. So I bought that, but then I also bought it's Super Mario. Basically,
Odyssey?
no, it's the one where it's all 5 old 2D games all combined into one. So it's 160 levels.
Wow.
You can play as Yoshio. Oh, sorry, you can play as Mario or Luigi or Peach or Toadstool.
Okay.
You can play as all 4, but basically it's Super Mario Brothers like 1, 2, 3. I think it's like the one where they tried to give Luigi his own game that nobody fucking cared about. And
Yeah.
then I forget what like the 5th title is, but like literally there's 160
That's crazy.
levels. So I was
Wow.
like, this is cool. Like Trine likes all those old games. I like all those old games. The Switch is in the living room, not in this room. So I was like, just something to do. And then I bought Breath of the Wild for me to, play on the portable when I want to,
Well, there you
you
go.
know. Yeah, so I'm stoked on that, but people do that. If you got those old controllers lying around. I didn't even take my old Elite to see what that's worth, but it's all good. But yeah, the last thing back to these patch notes, Cal, is just resolve the freezing effect some players on Broken Moon and occasionally other maps are having. A lot of people have been saying like there's stuttering and shit like that. Maybe
Hmm.
that's what this was. Don't know.
I've been seeing since the season started,
Uh-huh.
a couple weeks ago. I've been seeing a lot of my little error indicators going off.
Oh, like up
Specifically,
on the corner of the screen.
yeah. I've been seeing a lot. I've been seeing like the one that looks like a little clock, and I've been
Oh
seeing the
yeah, I
one.
have seen with the lightning bolt in it, right?
Yeah, I've seen that one, and
Yeah, I see that one all the time.
I've seen the audio one too, where it's like a speaker but it has a line through it, I think.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. And I know it's not me because, my computer is good and up to date. I have fiber internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I know it's not
exactly,
me.
exactly.
It's something to do with the game and the connection to the server. Um,
Fair, fair.
yeah, just weird, man. Just weird that yeah, I think we talked about it a couple episodes ago where it's just like they are slow to fix the core issues of the game, and
Yeah,
then that for some things they physically cannot because they would have to take the game down to like its
yeah.
base level and then build it back up.
Which I mean, I wouldn't mind like the flashback where we're just stuck on year 0 Kings Canyon
Yeah.
dude, I will literally take that. I'll take the game like, I mean they had to do it to Siege, right? They
Mm.
literally reverted the game to like, or did they take Siege completely offline? I don't remember. Do you know?
I didn't play Siege.
Yeah, I know that the Rainbow Six community had a big problem with that game. And like they literally like just stripped the whole game. And
Hmm.
then now it's like one of the most loyal esports, loyal fan bases. Like the people that play that game,
Oh yeah,
that
people
is
love
all
Siege.
they
Yeah,
play,
people love it. Yeah.
So I would love it if they would give us the same treatment. Who knows if that's gonna happen?
Yeah,
I mean
I
that's
I
go
feel
ahead.
I feel like Ubisoft. Because so for those of you who don't know, Ubisoft is like split up to like 7 different studios across the world,
Yeah.
right? There's like
Yeah.
there's like 7 of them or some shit.
Hmm.
And each studio is in charge of one game essentially at a time.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense for a company like Ubisoft to be like, "Hey, Montreal, shut down this game that you're working on, and fix it up because all these other studios are working on all the other things, right?
Yeah.
So like the company's not gonna die.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, and like Respawn, I don't really know what other titles, if any, Respawn is working on right now.
Well, they're working on the follow up to Jedi Fallen Jedi Order.
Sure.
So that's called Jedi Survivor. They're working on that.
Yeah.
They're working on another Star Wars, an actual shooter.
Mm.
There's this rumored, single player Apex / Titanfall 3 project. Lord knows
Oh,
if that's
right.
real.
Right.
So EA last week put out a bunch of listings for playtesters in every region for Apex, but specifically America. So
Interesting.
I don't know if this is like the new dev team. I don't know if EA is like finally listening and giving Respawn more resources. Like who
Right.
knows?
Who knows?
But
Um,
but
but then
but
so that's what I'm saying is the only like working title that they have out there, like because they're shutting down all the Titanfall shit, the only
yeah.
like main budget, big money thing that they're doing right now is Apex Legends. So maybe
Yeah.
maybe taking the game down offline to do like give it the siege treatment is just not something that they could reasonably do.
Well, and a lot of people like, and I'm kind of on this bandwagon lately. Like, what it comes down to is like, how much is EA and how much is Respawn? Because it's to the
Right.
point where like Respawn has had a really good rep, but then with these new devs and everything, new turnover, they're being less transparent.
Hmm.
So it's like, is that because EA told them to be so? Is
Mm,
that because they know they put like, I mean, somebody retweeted today, they reposted like the whole when the guy went on like the Game Awards or whatever it was, something, one of the devs and straight up was like, oh, we're really excited to give you the first sneak peek. Like our season 4 legend is Forge. Check him out. And then season
right.
4 drops and it's all part of the storyline and Forge got murdered by Revenant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like that was like a big fu to the leakers, but that was the big swerve. But that was the same announcement where they're like cross progressions coming, next gen updates are coming, all this. That was 2 fucking years ago, Calvin. Do you realize
Wow.
that? That was
Wow.
like the first time Respawn publicly lied to us was 2 fucking years ago yesterday. And so it's like, as I mentioned on the show before, I have a friend at Respawn.
Mhm.
I love them. I love the work they do. They
Mhm.
say nothing but great things about their coworkers, and obviously there's like they're working within the parameters and the confines of their job conditions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at some point in time, it's like we know that like the bullshit with ALGS and the bullshit with the skins and the reskins and
Mhm.
the servers is an EA issue. But like, again, I'm gonna go back to our last episode. These were the most lackluster changes from season to season I think we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Now the gun meta is in a good place, so that's okay. But like, not like knowing that like if they prove everybody right and like mid patch, Seer gets an heirloom like mid season, and then they nerf him into fucking oblivion before this season is over, everyone's going to be mad because like you and I actually did, as with
Mhm.
the rest of like the 20 Loba mains in the world, we all expected, oh, her ult, her she's getting her heirloom, so she's going to get a buff,
Right.
and then it didn't come.
Then did
And
it
then it
come?
was just more disappointment. So who knows? Who knows? I would love the reversion. There is still that. Remember, there was still that rollout plan. I know we said we weren't going to think the leakers were correct anymore because of the last 2
I'm
episodes.
still not. You
I
can.
know. No, I know. I'm just saying
I know.
one of the rollouts was that there is no new legend next season. We actually haven't. Usually, it's already being talked about in data mine.
Mhm.
There's not even there's like 3 or 4 primary data miners right now, and none of them has said a single thing about the new legend. All we've seen is that Wraith is getting the next prestige skin,
Yeah, I did. I have heard about that.
and then Seer is getting some awkward, weird looking like hand scythe heirloom.
Interesting.
Yeah, like it looks like a blade you hold, and like the hilt comes here, but then the blade wraps back around.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it looks cool. So supposed to be some Egyptian burial knife or something
That's
supposedly.
cool.
But like there's been no mention of the new season. So maybe that original rollout plan that was mentioned that there's a break being taken after Catalyst.
Mhm.
I mean, we're about to hit 4 years officially for the game, right? Being out
I think
or
so.
3.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
So I mean, I'm hoping maybe they're actually going to come up on their promise. Like, hey, here's the anniversary. You're going to get the vanilla version of If you don't know what the term vanilla means, you haven't been playing enough video games, by the way.
I think
listeners.
everybody knows what vanilla means.
Yeah, like you're gonna get the vanilla Kings Canyon, and you're gonna get the maybe vanilla World's Edge,
Right.
maybe for a month, so that we can like rework the game. Like I fucking take arenas out, take it all out. Give me
Yeah,
just a PR. Like
yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah, I'm down for that. And it's like you alluded to at the beginning of your incoherent rambling. Um I'm just kidding. But it's like you alluded to, uh it's not all on Respawn, right?
Correct.
It's not all on Respawn. EA, the parent company, has to run the business of making the video game and keeping the video game profitable. And I think, and I use Ubisoft again because Ubisoft is one of the major players in video games, but they don't make the EA kind of money. I wouldn't think, at least. I mean, I'm just speculating, but I think it's easier for a company who doesn't have the limelight on them like EA does all the time, for them to take a game offline, fix it, and bring it back.
Yeah. Well, and the
Um,
thing that's strange to me is like, and I could be paraphrasing here, but like the reason they did it with Siege Calvin is it was basically like, hey, your graphic quality is too low and your game is too broken for you to be considered a major esport.
Mm.
But everybody wanted it to be a major esport.
Right.
Apex is a major esport. Like they I think I was watching Nice Wig a couple days ago, and he said that there are 9 lands, including the Master ALGS land this year for Apex. That's more than there's ever been.
Mm.
That's multiple $50,000 tournaments, multiple $10,000 tournaments. The big one for 5 mil, and then there's like 1 or 2 other big so, and that's between Nick Merckx does his own tourney, a couple of these other random companies that are like esports outliers. DraftKings is doing one. You know what I mean? Like so, but 9 lands. That's like you're literally, if you're competing in every land, that is quite technically a full-time job.
Yeah.
Sure. So it's like, so Apex is a major esport. So maybe it's time for EA to fucking fix their shit.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, $1 billion game, 4 years, I don't know how many fucking years it's been in,
Yeah.
You got all our money already, dude. Just fucking fix the game.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the only thing I want to talk about today, Calvin, is, Warzone 2 and the DMZ mode launch next week.
Mhm.
Overwatch is out. It still has a large player base. It's streaming good. What did I text you earlier? How did I phrase it? And I really like the way I phrase it.
You asked me if
how do we think it'll affect because the Warzone when it first came out was already supposed to be an Apex killer, and that failed. You know what I mean? Failed miserably. I mean, look at Nick Merckx alone is the biggest.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
FPS streamer potential. I'm not going to say in the world because that's actually a lie. But he was one of the biggest for COD, and now he's switched to Apex. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's like I think they have a lot to fix. They put out a couple terrible releases. They never have addressed cheating. Like, Apex is infamous for being bad with its anti-cheat software by basically not really having it. But they at least ban players. Like Call of Duty, it's just like, I mean, you've seen people drive flying cars through the middle of Warzone.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've already seen so many cheaters being posted about Warzone 2,
And the game's not even out yet.
And the game's not even out, dude. It's just like, how are people cheating in it already? Yeah, so okay, Overwatch 2 was never going to be the Apex killer because there are a ton of people who don't like the game modes of Overwatch for whatever reason. They don't like the depending on now 4 other people to play or to win. They don't like that and I mean for obvious reasons. They don't like the game modes of escorting the payload. They don't like, just whatever. There's things about the game they don't like. So it was never going to be that because people like the BR, you run and gun and you die and you do it over again.
Yeah, correct.
But like you said, Warzone 1 had everyone thought it was going to be that. Everyone thought it was going to blow out because it was new. It was Call of Duty and it was new and it's going to beat out PUBGs and it's going to beat out all the other fucking ones,
Yeah, exactly.
But it just didn't. It was missing something,
Yeah.
and it didn't work. Do I think Warzone 2 is going to be another take a dent out of Apex? I don't think so. I think all the Call of Duty bros are gonna go back to Call of Duty and,
Yeah.
and they're gonna cling to it for life.
Hmm.
But then that's probably gonna fail out unless they have some grand plan to keep it going. Because as far as I know, Apex is a forever game, and
Yeah.
as long as they keep making updates to it, they're gonna have a loyal fan base.
Yeah, it's crazy because the Call of Duty side of things, like everybody loved Blackout and everybody
Yeah,
wanted, where's Blackout 2? And then
right.
they like doubled down and were like, no, we're sticking to Warzone.
No,
It's going to
yeah,
be consistently updated until we drop Warzone 2. Now
right.
people are like, we don't know anything about this new map. We want Verdansk back, even though everybody just complained about it anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, but like you said, there's the fanboys. I mean, I will say one thing, they're actually taking things from Apex.
Mhm.
Redeploy balloons are now in the game.
Mhm.
Um, you know, like proximity gas traps a la caustic are now in the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Um, they're doing a backpack instead of like your just guns
Yes,
dropped on
I
the
heard
ground.
about that. I
They're
heard about
literally
that.
assimilating to the regular BR formula that they
Yeah.
tried to be so different than.
Right. You know what's
So I,
funny is the game that we all thought was gonna be like an earthquake, um, but it just fucking sucked was Halo. Like,
oh God.
what's the story about the streamer who was offered a contract to play Halo exclusively for like a year straight because he's a popular
Mhm.
streamer? I forget who it was.
Oh,
Uh,
Snipe Down. We talked about it last episode.
yeah, and then he only played it for like a couple months, and then he was like, "I can't play this fucking game
I think
anymore."
he literally made it through 8 months and then like begged FaZe to make a team so FaZe could compete in Apex, which is,
Yeah,
I mean, can't complain, can't hate on that. You
sure,
know what I
but
mean? But
still,
like,
like,
it's just, yeah, it's silly that like, and like that kid, like if you go look up, if you just Google his name, like he is like just, hey, just some dude that randomly his friends were like, yo, you're so good, you should upload stuff to YouTube. Like
mhm,
that's how you used to find gamers back in the day,
true.
you know?
I mean,
And
still
then
to
he
this day,
did.
kind of.
I mean, yeah, true. He did, and then just like he just exploded onto the Halo scene during Halo 2. And
Mhm.
like that dude, few people have an illustrious career as him. Like he is the master of the quickscope in Halo. There was no one better with a sniper rifle than him in that game, which is one
Sure.
of the funnest things to watch about Halo. But like we said, he's on fucking TSM. He leaves TSM to take a phase contract to play Halo.
Mhm.
Doesn't even finish out the year
Yeah.
before he switches games again.
Yeah.
Like, but so hope. I mean, I think you're right. I think Warzone's going to just be the fanboys.
Yeah.
They are doing a DMZ mode, which is like the survival thing, where it's kind of like Escape from Tarkov or
Yeah.
Hunt,
Yeah.
or so I'm curious to see how that is played and goes. I think
See, that's the
hopefully,
see, here's the thing though, is like maybe Escape from Tarkov was too hard, but
mhm,
it didn't blow it got a lot of as every like decently made shooter will do, it'll get a lot of traffic, but
yeah,
it didn't steal anybody because
yeah, correct,
people would go leave Warzone, go play Tarkov, get tired of dying in Tarkov, and then go back to Warzone.
uh huh,
Because the stakes are higher in
yeah,
Tarkov. Um, and I don't think Call of Duty is gonna make a game that competes against Tarkov in Tarkov's own game.
no, no.
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
I think the only thing that Call of Duty has going for it is they actually slowed the movement down.
Mm.
So you can't do like the crazy like slide cancels and like
You can.
wild.
You can slide cancel. I saw someone posted it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
So
I know like some of the mechanics are supposed to be like it's less of an emphasis on movement and more an emphasis on skill, basically.
sure.
Supposedly. So let's put that
Whatever.
on bunny. Let's put that in some bunny
Whatever.
ears
I don't know how much skill it is to see someone 50
and,
meters, bajillion
and
meters
shoot them,
away and shoot them once and they die. I mean, whatever, dude.
right?
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
man. Like you said, the only thing Call of Duty got for him is blah blah blah. The only thing Call of Duty has going for it now in this present day and time is the name Call of Duty. Call of Duty's done.
I'm actually going to interject one argument into that.
Okay.
They did something that the Apex community has been begging for the return of, and that is
Mm.
that the game has fully launched with a multiplayer playlist and the option to do in the BR to play in third party.
See, here's the thing though, dude, is if they keep putting out new fucking titles every year, you
Yeah.
know, like it was Call of Duty came out, and they're like, surprise, Warzone's coming out. It's separate, and then they're like, you know, oh, and then when they come out with Cold War or some
Well, no,
shit,
they did Cold War, Vanguard, and then they also did that remake of Advanced Warfare 1.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, stop.
Yeah.
Stick to one. You know why Apex is so good? Because it stuck to one thing. It stuck to
Mhm.
Apex Legends, and they added game modes to the game that it came out as. You know, stop adding all this new shit and recreating the wheel. Just stop recreating the wheel. Just make a game. And if it's not good, make it better. And
Yep,
then if
I
it's
agree.
still not good, drop it.
I agree.
I
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
the third person mode is really the only thing that's been mentioned that by anybody that's excited me. So I'm gonna try it out. We'll see how I
Whatever.
feel. Probably still gonna play Apex. Probably still gonna do this podcast. You know,
Anyways,
that's it though. I mean, I
that's
got
it.
nothing to
That's all
say.
I got. I got
What
nothing else
about
to
you
say.
guys, listeners? What do you think? Do you think either of these games are either causing a downtick or are going to continue to be a problem in Apex's side? Calvin and I both played Overwatch since day one, and we both know like the community will get over that game real quick. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they've already basically let the next hero get leaked for
Yeah.
next season
Yeah.
because they already know people want to know what's next. I mean, I've been playing that game less than I've been playing Overwatch or less than I've been playing Apex, and I'm already almost done with the Overwatch Battle Pass.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
granted, earning Grandmaster and some of the titles and some of that stuff is a lot more difficult in
Sure.
Overwatch than it is in Apex. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
whatever,
Let us know your
whatever.
thoughts. Hit us up on all our social media platforms at Pex Pals Podcast. You can also email us, pexpalpodcast@gmail.com. Joe Cupcake.
Calvin,
Good
before we go,
episode. What?
before we go,
What?
we gotta give the listeners some shit to jam, man.
Oh shit. Okay, let me pull up my phone
Fusey
here.
wants to know.
You
I
know
mean, I'm
what?
ready to go. Do you want me to go first?
I'm gonna go first because I talk faster than you. I'm going to
Wow,
go with my friend Dan. You guys know Dan. I'm not gonna say it though because I promised him I would no longer say it.
Dan, fuck.
Yes, Dan introduced me to a new band called Bleed From Within. They released an album this year called Shrine. And it's a really good album. And they're about to make their US tour debut coming up this next year. So be on the lookout for that. So Bleed From Within,
Mm-hmm.
Shrine album. That's my album of the week.
I didn't get tickets to when we were young. Neither did you.
No.
They just announced year two. You know, I saw like a couple of romance last month. Been doing a lot of the flashbacks, and I forgot. You know, Calvin, I turned back the hands of time, and I revisited one of my favorite. Like, whether you want, some people call it emo, screamo, post-hardcore, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
MySpace. Let's just call it a MySpace record.
Okay.
MySpace era record.
Yep.
What It Is to Burn by the band Finch.
Yo, dude, I said that like a while ago, right? Wasn't that
Yeah,
one of mine?
yeah, I think so. It's just with all the nostalgia talk that came up, I
Yeah.
just felt like it was time to
That's
just
it's a
like I
solid album.
dusted off that record and I was like, "Fuck, man."
Dude,
Oh, you know what happened? You know what happened a couple weeks ago? I was like, "I wish I booked Finch," and then one of the guys that works for me was like, "Dude, pen up booked Finch." Officially, I've been doing this too long when I can't remember that I book like marquee names. You know what I mean?
Right. That's a good album. What It Is to Burn by Finch. Solid fucking album. I
Solid.
still listen to that album to this day.
Yeah.
To this
Same.
day.
Obviously, because I'm bringing it up.
Yeah. So thanks everybody. Don't forget to check us out on whatever streaming platform you're listening to us on. Leave us a review, leave us a comment, do all that shit. Help us get more people out there to listen to us too. Tell your parents, tell your friends, tell your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Talk about us. We love you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
I sub on